Hello, my name is Marissa, and you are watching another episode of Slabtown Slubs. I am coming at you from Portland, Oregon, where I live with my husband Nick and our 3 little boys, Mateo, Ivan, and Frosty, and our dog Faye and our cat Cecil. It's been a while since I last podcasted, and I'm hoping that this is in focus. I'm coming at you from my pit of despair in the basement, my craft area, with my lovely backdrop of Well Summer fabric by Kimberly Kite for Cotton and Steel. I think I'm going to make a shirt out of it at some point. I'm not 100% sure. So yes, I have been absent from YouTube. And it's not really any particular reason. I'm just kind of making time for it, which I'm not wonderful at doing. So yeah, I've been sewing a lot and knitting a little bit less, but still knitting almost every day. And so maybe we should just get right into it with finished objects. And my first one is one that you have probably seen on Instagram. This is my Impressionist Mystery Knit-Along finished object. This is made from Old Soul Fiber Company yarn. And it's gorgeous, and I love it. And I'm going to put it on because it's a little bit chilly down here in the old basement. So I have that. I have a pair of socks that I'm calling my piano lesson socks because that's when I mostly worked on them. I don't know where I put my little set of blockers, but just looking around for a second. I can't see them. So anyway, these are the double stripe sock by Hand Knit Koala, and I used some junk yarn in the Rose Tico colorway in her Starlet base, and a contrast mini from Nano Stitch Lab on the heel, toe, and stripes. And this is all twisted rib, my friends. 100% twisted rib except for the heel and the toe. So these took me a long time to make. Yeah. Oh, and the bottoms are stockinette. The bottoms of the sock. So yeah, they look great, and I love them, and I haven't worn them yet because I stuck them in a drawer because I was going to put them on blockers and take a picture and put it on Instagram, but I never did. This is only a week ago, so it's not that bad. And yeah, they're all done. Yay! So I have a new sock project on my needles, which is just plain vanilla socks. Yay! And my next finished object, this one is probably about 2 weeks ago, I finished my jelly roll. So this is made from yarns that I picked up at Indie Underground here in Portland, and that was a trunk show featuring yarn from House of Alamode and Republic of Wool. So, and there's also a couple of other brands. I remember Yushatita was there. There was some yarn there, and maybe one other one, but I have forgotten. And then patterns from a couple of local Portland designers. Yeah, so the brown and the orange are House of Alamode on her house fingering. And then the blue is called Icebox by Republic of Wool, and it's on her flossy fingering, I believe it is. And it fits really great. I have a picture of me wearing it that I will insert. I have already posted that on Instagram though, but I'll put it on anyway just so you can see. But yeah, this was the color work on this was super fun, and then it was just, you know, stockinette all the way until the hem and the cuffs. So that was super fun, and I love it, and it fits so good. So I don't remember what size I made, 35 or 36. Yeah, so there's that. Put that over here, and that's it. Three finished objects. So I will move along to the work in progress section. I moved all of my project bags off of my knitting nest area in my living room because my sister came for a visit from Texas on Mother's Day weekend, and I wanted to, you know, have everything cleared out so that we could hang out in the living room and, you know, chat, and my mom came over and everything, so we wanted to have room for everybody to sit. So I moved my knitting nest into my room, and so I only have been working on a few projects since then, which has been helpful because I've been making a bit more of a dent in some of these projects. So I'll start with the vanilla socks that I had mentioned. This is in a modular project bag. So these are just toe up vanilla socks. I'm using Rosa Pomar Mondim yarn. I don't know if we can have an active focusing on here. Let me see if I can get the right button here. Almost. Okay. Okay, and I think I'm possibly still in focus. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just ruined it. Anyway, this is color 209, and it's got pink, blue, black, gray, and white, and it's really pretty. And I have put in some waste yarn for my heels, and so for afterthought heels. And so now I'm working on the leg portion, about, I don't know, an inch or so in. So those are coming along pretty well. And here's a pretty little hand wound ball that I did for these socks. Okay. Next up is my Leavenworth cardigan. No, it's not my Leavenworth cardigan. This is also a modular bag with a Charlie Harper print. This is my girl's best friend shawl, and I put this on hold while I worked on this one, and this one still hasn't had much progress. I am in the second section of the little teardrop things, the yellow stuff. How do I even? I'll go like that. And this is, it's just been kind of on the back burner, just sitting, because it requires me to use my brains and kind of remember a pattern through a full row, which are, you know, they're getting longer, and I can't really do that so much when my babies are around because they talk a lot. And so it's hard for me to kind of get a pattern down with them. It's just constant, just stream of consciousness talking. And for these, I'm using some Olan yarns, Gold Digga, Eve, which is her Christmas colorway from last year, and Galaxy, I think. Pretty sure. The ball bands do not have this information, so I've had to go back to the email, that my confirmation email, to remember be reminded of the colorway names. So, and it's on her single base, which is super soft and superwash merino, 100%. Love working with it, and I think that's all I have to say about that. I think it's going to be fun to wear when I finish it. And then my third work in progress is my Leavenworth cardigan. This is my second one, and I have split for the arms. Let's see here, and it's asymmetric, so it kind of goes like that on the side there, and there will be another lace band like this for the button band down this front, the bigger front, and then I think it just has like a garter band maybe for the actual button band. I forget. Yeah, so I gave my other one away. My mom asked me to bring it to Thanksgiving to show my aunt, who we haven't seen for a year. And so I did, and I showed it to her, to my aunt, and she put it on, and she says, "I love it, can I have it?" And I said, okay. Because I wasn't thrilled with the color of that one, but this one is much better. So I had been wanting to knit a second one anyway, and then it turns out she and my mom are feuding now. So now I feel like, man, I shouldn't have given her my cardigan, but whatever, it's fine. I hope she enjoys it, and I hope that she stops fighting with my mom. That would be so great. I just realized I could go like this with this bag. Oh, and this bag is Earl Grey Fiber Company, and it's got the cork bottom, totally awesome, and I think this is a cotton and steel strawberry print. Oh, and the yarn I'm using for that Leavenworth is called Fairy Tale, and it is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, and it's a worsted weight yarn. So yeah, I don't know if it's superwash or not. I don't think it is. I'm gonna look. Let's look. It is superwash. Yay. Okay. And the last one that I had made was from alpaca, and it was actually pretty itchy, and I thought alpaca was supposed to be not very itchy, but that one was pretty itchy. So I'm hoping this one will be less so, especially since it's superwash. And then one more. This is that crafty little fox bag from the Science is Real club kit, and that came with a Nano Stitch Lab skein of yarn and this awesome microscope pin. Not sure if that is very visible. I realize it's probably small on the screen, but I'm gonna get a different camera someday. It's gonna be great. I'll be able to hold things up really close, and you'll be able to see them because the camera will automatically focus, and it'll be great. Okay, so anyway, this is Untitled #1, a shawl pattern by Orange Knits. And it's in the bikini bottom phase right now. And it's coming along. This is a DK shawl pattern, and it is knitted in my hand-dyed yarn, and this one is called Sun and Seaweed, And I have some finger and weight skeins in my shop if you want to check it out, which, you know, business is slow. So if you want to check it out and pick up some fun yarn, go for it. And I'm thinking about changing the name. It is currently Kenton Wool Company, or just Kenton Wool. But I'm thinking of changing the name. So we'll see. You know, it's not popular or anything, so I don't think anyone's going to notice, except for you watching this video right now. So yeah, it has alternating eyelet rows. I think it's actually upside down. I think it's supposed to go this way. This is kind of the top. It has a shorter increase section than the bottom. And yeah. So it's fun, and this yarn is super soft. And when I'm done, I think it'll be a really nice kind of wrappy thing for, you know, the warmer months that we're kind of coming into right now. I have a little rainbow cake progress keeper on there. I think that's a sweet cherry progress keeper, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. Yeah. So that's that one. So I have a lot of things kind of coming up as for knitting patterns, and I'll show you. I have a couple of little booky things. I got this Barocco thing, and there's a cute vest on the back cover. I got this to make this sweater right here. It's called Finny, and I love that color blocking at the top, and it's got a little puff sleeve and kind of a square collar. I can try to put up a better picture if this one sucks while I'm editing. And then, let's see. This is a cute kind of cropped sweater in here. And then, I'm going to make these from Cascade. Yeah, and then there's a kind of a sweater coat that is, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. It's a little bit boring and long. I've been knitting it forever. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, and then I was at a local yarn shop called Close Knit, kind of near where I live, and I found this, or they had first sample of Barocco North Star yarn. Of course, there's no picture of it, huh? Right here. It's called Burrow, this shawl, and the yarn is alpaca, the North Star yarn. And I got this kind of book thing when I ordered a bunch of North Star from Webs. I didn't actually purchase the yarn at the yarn shop, so I was like, oh man, that's kind of expensive, and you know, you have to buy 8 balls to make this thing. So I was just kind of thinking about it again when I got home, and I did an internet search and it was on sale on Webs. So I went to Webs. Is that bad to not buy something from my local yarn shop and buy it at a discount from the internet? Maybe a little bit, but you know, gotta save a buck where you can, right? So the sample that they had at the store was just the softest, squishiest thing I've ever felt in my life. And the yarn, I don't know where I put it, but it's down here somewhere. It is down here somewhere, and it is like like a tube of yarn, which I've never used before, anything like that, so it was kind of interesting. I got my little copy here, which is cold. Yeah, so I want to make that shawl. It'll be so nice in the winter time, just this cushy, kind of thick, dense. I'm gonna love it. I got white and I got a charcoal, so I'll probably make the white one first and see how I'm feeling about it and make a charcoal one later, because it's pretty big. It's a big shawl and it's dense, and so it might take a while to make that. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, I'm really excited about that. Also, I had started, on a previous podcast, showed you guys, I think it was a Sandy cardigan by Poison Girls, Amy Appel, or Apple. I think it's Appel, but it might be Apple. And I think I'm going to frog that and make a tongue-tied blouse instead, also by Poison Girls / Amy Appel. And it's, I didn't bring the project bag down with me, but it's Knit Picks Gloss Bouquet in a dark blue. It's maybe navy, maybe dark blue. It's kind of a brilliant navy. Kind of like this, kind of like this. Kind of like my shirt. I don't know, maybe darker than my shirt. Whatever. So yeah, my sewing muse, Lauren Smash, has made at least one tongue-tied blouse out of Knit Picks Gloss Decay, I'm pretty sure. And it looks great and I love it, and totally want to make one for me. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much my short-term plans for knitting. I have long-term goals and languishing whips that I haven't touched, and so, oh, and I also wanted to mention, I was watching KnitLib today, her latest episode, and today's Friday, by the way, June 1st, and she is hosting a warm weather cal. So I have a sweater on my Make 9 that I want to do for that. I think it's called the Sibel sweater by Carrie Hodge something. And then I also, the tongue-tied blouse, I think is probably a good warm weather item to be knitting on, and to wear, because it's like kind of a mesh lace open top and then stockinette for the body. So I think I'm going to do both of those for the warm weather cal. And hi Susan, by the way, if you're watching, I hope. Let's see, what else? I think that's all I got going on right now. So let's talk about sewing, you guys. I have begun sewing garments. I sewed my first shirt, which was the Colette Violet, which I was wearing, I think, the episode before last, which was a great pattern, a great top, and I love it, and worked great. So that went well. So then I made a washi dress, which also went well, and then I made another washi dress and a washi top, and those are made by Ray Pattern Company, and yeah, and the other one I told you was a Colette Pattern Company, and then I had seen that Ms. Lauren Smash was also making stuff out of this book, which I have post-it noted the heck out of because I want to make everything in it. Gertie Sews Vintage Casual by what is her name? Gretchen Hirsch. And So I have made one item out of this, and the fit wasn't great, so I didn't make a muslin, okay, I didn't make a muslin for the shirt that I made, and while it does mostly fit, the sleeves fit me very wonky because I have inherited my grandmother's arms. Like, check out these guns, you know, they're nice and squishy, and you know, sleeves are just often a bit tight, so I did go up on the sleeve size 2 sizes, and they're still a little bit too tight. So I think I might try to make the top again. I'll just show it to you. It is called the 40 style blouse. I'm going to get it all ready to go here. It is a super cute shirt. And I also messed up by, I was trying to serge the armholes to finish the raw edges, and got it all caught up on itself, and so I ended up with a hole in one of the sleeves. So I might just rip off the sleeves, just do a regular hem, because I think that'll give me a little bit more space, and then not do the cuffed hem that the pattern calls for. Okay, so there she is. Beautiful lemon yellow fabric from Alexander Henry. I think this might be like some sort of home decor fabric or something, because it says home on it, and it's also says Heath. I don't know if that's the collection or the colorway or whatever, but yeah, it's just the cutest blouse. Let me see if I can in the book find kind of the example one. There it is. So there's Gretchen herself wearing the one that she has made. Yeah, and mine doesn't have that kind of ease in it, so I think maybe I'll just go up a size or 2 and then maybe make my sleeves even bigger, because mine is pretty fitted. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, there's a bunch of patterns in that book that I want to make, but I need to get the sizing. I need to figure it out before I make any more. So I'll be in muslin town. Yeah, so here's my little cute 40 style blouse, and there is my giant hole. I'm sure there's some way to fix it. I also have some extra fabric, so I could cut a new sleeve or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I think I'm just gonna patch it or something. Whatever. And then from the same fabric, I made a Rita blouse, also by Gretchen Hirsch. This is one of her independently released patterns from her company Charm Patterns, and it's kind of a peasant blouse with a stretchy neckline, and you can do either flutter sleeves or stretchy sleeves, and then it has, you know, a nice fitted bodice and a little side zip to get it on a little easier, although I did pull it on without doing the zipper, and oh my god, I hope I didn't pop anything loose. So there's that. And then I made another Rita blouse. This was my first attempt, and I think I was showing you that one backwards. Sorry they're all wrinkly. Just kind of pulled everything together real quick. And this one I cut the wrong bust size, so it's a little bit baggy, and I think I'm going to just take it apart and redo it. This fabric was originally a schoolhouse tunic, and that pattern is by So Liberated, Meg McElwee, and it that one just wasn't really working for me style-wise, so I took it apart and cut a Rita blouse from it. And this color yellow, gold or whatever, I love it so much. I need to be able to wear this, so I'm gonna take it apart and redo like the bust or something. I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to do it. If anyone has any advice to just do one part, without taking the entire thing apart, let me know, because I'd love to know. Okay, so there's that Rita blouse, and then I've got a washi tunic, and this is made by Ray, and it's made out of cotton and steel fabric of this little girl holding balloons, and it's really cute. And I put a regular sleeve on there. I just cut a sleeve from the Colette Violet pattern and just sewed it on. Is that legal? It works fine. I mean, I don't know. And this fabric was, this gold is Anna Maria Horner. This is just deep stash that I had purchased to make a fitted sheet for my now 6-year-old when I was pregnant with him. And I never made it and just had that in my stash forever. I also made, for me, a swimsuit. Let me get this the right way around. Here we go. So these are the bottoms. This is the Vernaza swimsuit by Friday Patterns, and that's inside out. This is the top, and there's also a photo of this on my Instagram. It has a cool little tie, and it has kind of a little bit of a keyhole. There's a band, and then a tie at the bust to keep everything secure and put away, you know, when you're out at the pool or the beach or whatever. And a nice roomy high-waisted bottom, covers my belly button, covers up any mom tum. It's great. And it was pretty easy to sew. She's got a video tutorial on how to sew the elastic in, which was super helpful because I don't think I would have known how to do it if not for that. I guess I could have looked up some other video, but who knows? I'm going to grab my 2 other washi dresses. I've been busy, you guys. I haven't been doing nothing while they've gone. Okay. So this was my first washi dress. This is using her expansion pack for the Peter Pan collar and the pointed shoulder sleevey things. They're not really, they're a sleeve, I guess. I don't know. And this is made with cotton and steel. They don't know the name of it. And it has the regular washi dress pattern calls for smocking, like on here for the back, so you can just pull it over your head, and there's no closures or anything to sew in. It's just you put elastic on your bobbin thing, and then it just is the back thread of fabric. It's the bobbin thread, and so you get this stretchiness. But in the expansion pack, you end up with a fully lined bodice, and then the back has just an elastic band that you sew in. It's like inch elastic, 1 inch or something like that, and equally easy as doing the smocking. So yeah, I love this. Got a pretty good point on the collar, which I'm happy with, and it fits pretty good. The lining rides up just a little bit when I wear it, so I must have done something wrong, but for the most part it doesn't make any difference. So great. And then my final washi dress for now is made from Birch Fabrics, and this one is, oh, the pocket's hanging out. And these dresses have pockets, by the way. Total bonus. So I can stick my phone or whatever in there. And they're plenty big for a phone. Yeah, so I did a regular rounded. I should have ironed these. I'm sorry, you guys. What a slob. Or put them on hangers or something. Yeah, so this is the regular rounded Peter Pan collar, not the pointed one. And then the expansion pack also comes with sleeves. So these are a 3/4 length sleeve with smocking at the hem. And this one has smocking at the back, because I think I like doing that better than encasing the elastic, maybe. I also have a ton of the smocking elastic, because I didn't really know how much I was going to need, so I just got a whole bunch of it. Yeah, and these have these really cute, just kind of small pleats on the front. And this fabric is amazing. It's an organic cotton. It's like a little bit thinner, a little more summery. And I used Osnaburg for my facings, because this fabric is just a little bit see-through. So, because it has a bold print on it, I didn't want the facing or lining to show through the main part of it. So I just used some Osnaburg, because it's a neutral color and it wasn't gonna show through for any reason. So yeah, really happy with this. I wore it on Mother's Day. And that's all I have to say about that. I have a whole bunch of fabric to make stuff from. I have this other cotton and steel, which, can we talk about cotton and steel for a second? Turns out the founders of cotton and steel have all quit. And they haven't announced, as far as I know, what they're doing next, but they're doing something next. So I'm sad that they're not going to be at Cotton and Steel anymore, because it has been one of my favorite fabric companies for a long time. I first heard about them in 2015. I don't know when they started, but I made my youngest baby's quilt out of a whole bunch of Cotton and Steel fat quarters that I got from Craft South. So anyway, I have this print. I think it goes this way. Designed by Melody Miller of Cotton and Steel, and I want to make the wrap dress in Gertie Sews Vintage Casual. Let me see if I can quickly find it. I hope I can quickly find it. On my little bookmarks, there is at least a little bit of organization. I'm just gonna keep talking and talking. That's not it. It's probably the last one. There it is. Wrap dress. Super cute. And I figure this nice summery print would look great in this pattern. I also have a stripey, it's a diagonal stripe that I purchased from fabric.com, which is where I get most of my fabric, that I plan on also making into this wrap dress. And I know that Cotton and Steel has a fabric like this, but I think it's vertical stripes, not diagonal. This one is by Wyndham Fabrics, Sweet Treats by Maria Carluccio. So that'll be super fun for a summer wrap dress. I'm back. The memory card got full on my camera, so we're back to the old phone thing. Yeah, so I was talking about this cool rainbow stripe fabric and wrap dress, and I think I'm going to like break my ironing board because I have a lot of stuff on it. Yeah. So, and currently I'm working on stealing that look, from a dress that I saw in a ModCloth mailer catalog, I guess. I'll put a picture in, and then right here, and then show you what I came up with to steal the look. So 1 second. Okay, I might be slanted and I'm wiggling. Sorry, my head is cut off. Hello. So this is Butterick 5209, and I made a big mistake and I purchased the AA size grouping because for dresses I usually wear, like in a ready to wear dress, I wear like maybe 6 or 8 or something. If it's a full skirt, then I can get away with like a 6 US size. So I was like, oh, perfect, 6, 8, 10, 12, any combo, any size I need. And this is the fabric, by the way. It's the wrong scale, but the right colors for the look stealing that I'm going for. Anyway, I didn't realize that pattern sizes are different than ready-to-wear sizes, so I should have bought the EE pattern range because that's what matches with my measurements. And the bust should fit with this one, but the waist is going to be too small, so I'm like, should I just draw a larger waist piece to just go a little bit further, just an inch or two? Or should I buy the other size range and go from there? So I'm making a muslin right now, not from this, out of my Osnaburg fabric that I have a whole bunch of. Yeah, let me show these together. So hopefully I'll be able to figure something out. But that's my steal this look little setup. So that's what I'm currently working on in my sewing. I have this cool fairy tale fabric from fabric.com designed by Kirsten Baluch. I was looking at her Instagram page, and apparently she does illustrations for children's books. Surprise, surprise. Look at that. And I kind of want to find if, any that she's done and purchase them for my children. And I want to make this dress. I think a few people have made this. I know that Cleo CMC has made this. Kristen from Bullenbein has made this. So I think this would be a cute fabric for that. There's also another dress that I had seen recently on Instagram, but I can't remember the maker. So it's kind of a gathered sleeve sundress type of thing, different than this. But I have this pattern and I gotta use it at some point, right? So yeah. Cute fabric. And this is, did I say it was birch fabrics? It's birch fabrics. And I don't know, this is just a Joanne fabric right here. And it says it was made in Korea. It's made of cotton. Buttercream is the kind of branding that they have put on this fabric. And then this awesome Mandarin collar patterns by Gertie by Butterick, B6483. I'm going to make with this beautiful orchid fabric because orchids are one of my faves. So that'll be a nice dress. and I think I might get some sort of gold because there's piping on here. I don't know. Let's see. Get some focus on that. Not gonna happen. All right, whatever. So there's piping along the collar and kind of the collar opening that kind of goes off to the side. And I think it would look really pretty because this has some sparkly gold accent. So just to have a gold piping going across would be really pretty, I think. And so yeah, I've ironed a bunch of fabric. I've cut, I haven't cut any fabric. I have a sweetheart top from the Gertie book. I'm gonna do that very soon. I have a bunch of jersey. Yeah, so this is the sweetheart top. Super cute. And I have some more cotton and steel little kitty tiger guys, and this one kind of little crosses all over it, and this one with little moon bunnies. These are all from fabric.com. And then this one has kind of pixelated roses. Super pretty. That'd be nice. And a summery lemon print. I need a lemon print. I've been obsessed with lemon prints since I began sewing as a junior high kid. Before I was a garment person. I had this cool patchwork pillow, I may have already mentioned this, that had ladybugs, lemons, and just some coordinating other fabrics. So it was really cool. Yeah, so I think I've gone on quite a bit. I have other stuff I think I want to say, but let's save some content for another episode. Cliffhanger. Yeah, so it's the end of the school year. We're sailing into summer pretty soon. Oh, one more thing I want to sew that's not a garment. I'm going to make a summer tote out of these. This will be the outer and this will be the lining. Thought it'd be really cute because we go to swimming lessons over the summer almost every weekday. So why not have a really awesome, cute little tote with me to bring all the towels and changes of clothes and everything else that we need for swimming lessons, goggles, caps, snacks, etc. So I'm using just a reusable grocery bag right now, and I think a nice tote is in order. I've made, I have a tote pattern called Market Tote from, I think it is Amy Butler. I have a little beginner sewing kit from her. I think I've mentioned this before, but I made 4 totes for Christmas when I very first got it in 2007. And I haven't sewn any since then, but it was, it was easy enough. I could run it through my little Kenmore, my little $60 Kenmore machine, and oh, I forgot to mention, my husband purchased a heavy-duty machine for me, a Janome HD 1000, which is just a little thing. It's a little workhorse machine, and it's got it's mechanical rather than computerized, and so I think it's a little just it's been just busting through. I made that bikini with it, and the Rita blouse that I made on my Singer, which is a Singer Professional 2010 that I got in 2010, I think, which is, I think it's a coincidence, but I don't know. And that one's computerized and it has a bunch of different stuff, but the Janome is just like a kick-ass little It's like a power tool. It's got a lot of power behind it. So I can't wait to sew more things on that. And it's just a little bit less fussy than the Singer machine that I have. Anyway, oh my god, I'm just blabbing away. And I see another pattern that I want to show you. And I have the fabric that I want to use right here. This is a cute little, this is another one that I found via Lauren Smash on Instagram. It's Butterick 6217, and it's just this cute top. And I'm going to make that with this red fabric with X's all over. And this is another cotton and steel. Rashida Coleman Hale designed it, and I have some of this in my baby's blanket. It's not the red, it's there's a few different colorways, but that'll be, I think, that'll be cute. Let's get this open. And I don't have enough red tops. I love red, it's my favorite color, so I think that'll be a cute version of this pattern. Okay, I'm gonna call it done, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me and taking the time out of your day to watch my little corner of the internet videos. It means a lot, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode. Like and subscribe, leave me a comment, all that stuff. And I will talk to you hopefully sooner than this spread between the last two videos. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. I like doing this, and I don't know why I don't carve out time, because you guys carve out time to watch. And I hope that you like them. I hope you like these videos. And there's going to be a lot more sewing, so I hope that you're down for that. And if you're not, I'm sorry. I could make separate videos if someone is just like, I don't care about sewing at all. I'm going to try to just put it at the end of everything, so that if you don't care about sewing, you can just turn it off or whatever. But if it's a real problem for anybody, let me know, and I can just make separate videos for my sewing stuff, because that's going to be probably a big part of my crafting going forward, because I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And I mean, with prints like this, who could not be into it? Oh, one more thing about sewing. I forgot to mention. I found this cool book, Fussy Cut Sampler. I love quilting. I've been quilting since my oldest kiddo was baby. I made him a quilt when he was 6 months old in 2006, and it was nothing like any of this. It was just 2 yards of fabric, a yard of batting, sewn together inside out, flipped the right way out, and sewed around the edge, and hand-tied. That's it. Very easy, very simple, but that definitely gave me the bite of the quilt bug. So I'm going to try this. It's just a bunch of blocks, and they're all different, and it teaches you how to do kind of fussy cutting, which I'm interested in. And there's another pattern called the ice cream soda quilt, which is a fussy cut quilt, and I think this will be a good primer, just trying out all these different things and then get into like a full, detailed thing. Anyway, sorry, total. I forgot something. This is why we need notes, people. This is why we need notes, so we don't forget stuff like that, and stick it in at the end. Just, and the color is turning like gray and pink, and I don't know what's going on. Anyway, okay, so I'll sign off now. Thanks, you guys, for stopping by again and again and again, and I will see you next time. Have a happy, bye!